Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL. I'm Alon.
That's Walsh.
For the last time of the FPL season, with 13 days until the World Cup starts. What's up?
I'm looking forward to World Cup.
It's going to be silly.
There's so many. It's going to be hard to make a team because there's so many friends. We've made so many friends along the way that I'm just like, I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you. I'm like, I don't know.
I mean, even just that Palace game yesterday, seeing Lejeune, I mean, my heart fluttered. I was like, are you serious?
I haven't seen or thought about him in so many years.
So many years.
And then he's doing the same stuff he always has done.
Always has, always will.
Yeah.
Admin, let's get this out of the way.
All right.
Obviously, thanks to all our Patreon subscribers. You've been there for us all year. You keep the pod alive. Discord is great. Great hang. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to the cup winner, Jack Herring, a.k.a. Backstabby Adini. I DM'd you for all your address and kit size and all that bullshit. And obviously the cup admin, Charlad. Shout out to the May mug winners, Philip Norris, aka Indecisive United, Craig Thompson, aka Eat Nori by Nature, and Joe Jansen, aka Bowdier Senesi. Also DM'd all of you. Also the final 8 of the cup, you've all been DM'd. You're all getting a cup mug. That's how we do things. Sorry it wasn't clear. First World Cup pod is going to be on Monday from us. And lastly, we're running a discount from now until the start of the World Cup. 25% off your first month if you just want to dip your little dick into the Discord and see what's popping and hang out. Little World Cup action, little Fantasy World Cup. Link in the show notes, all that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm going to be on FPL Last Resort again. They invited me back.
You can't stop going on there. You're going on there again, huh?
They must do numbers when I come on. They must.
Oh my God.
There's no other reason. I was like, they're asking me for my rank, and I was like, don't post this. I was like, you'll actually lose listeners.
Do you want to lose credibility?
Yeah, I'm like, this is bad. Don't do this to yourself. I like you guys. And they posted. But I don't even know when that is. So it might be tomorrow, might be Monday. I don't know. So we'll see.
Well, I hope it's not Monday. I want you fresh for World Cup, baby.
Oh God, it might be Monday actually. We'll talk off there. Yeah, I double booked.
Fucking dumb.
I double booked. Okay. Quick Game Week 38 debrief. I mean, nah.
Do we need to tell people that we brought we transferred in people who didn't play? I don't think people need to know about that.
I mean, you transferred in a 10-pointer. I saved because I want to start Game Week 1 2 freeze. I rolled.
You were sick. You were a mess. You were out of commission, but
I mean, we don't need to talk about Game Week 38, but
who cares?
How fitting is it that my only green arrow for the fucking month, or maybe even 2 months, I don't know, comes in the week where I'm in too much physical pain to get out of bed or make moves or watch matches, and I have no keeper and only one defender, and I get a green. It's like, what are we doing? What is this fucking dumbass game?
That's what we do. That's why we play this game.
That's why we play. Okay, cool. Post-mortem,
we're here.
It's a famous time of the year. It's some people's favorite episodes. It's good. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to wrap the season. I'm happy to maybe look forward. Back-to-back worst ever finishes for me. Not a great finish for you either. Long, grueling season, I would say. That's the vibe for most people.
Yeah, a lot of international breaks at the beginning of it.
A lot of breaks.
People forget that. A lot of teams qualified for the World Cup as a result of so many breaks. Thank God.
Too many.
God for that.
Yep.
Where to begin?
Yeah, where do you want to begin? You have something top of your notes?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's as I was like looking through my notes, it's just reminded me how psychotic we are when the game starts. It's like just everything matters so much, and
God.
it's so impactful and important. And now we're just finishing up, just like couldn't wait for the last few game weeks to end.
Get out of my life.
So happy that World Cup Fantasy is open, and I could just look at how much is Darwin. That's what my first first thought is.
How do you expect me to stay on topic when you're bringing Darwin into the fold?
That's part of the fun.
You're tickling me with a feather right now.
There's guys that are automatically in that we don't have any agency over. He's one of them, obviously.
He's one of them.
But yeah, game week 1, the biggest thing that happened was obviously the Reijnders.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, he was 5-5, like huge bandwagon, put in a man of the match performance. And I'm sitting here making my note, like, do I jump off Paqueta or hold him?
Right.
And do I immediately go to Reijnders? And I held my nerve. You had him.
I started with him. Yep.
Yeah.
One of my few skills. Picking random 4-5 center backs who no one owns, and picking random 5-5 mids who no one owns.
And then, for my personal note is in game week 1, Pack dropped in price, going from 1.1% owned to 0.9% owned, dropped in price. And then I was like, well, I'm pot committed now. I can't do anything now.
Yeah.
But what Reijnders, another 5-5 mid just comes in with a bang, and then he like immediately star burned too bright, blanks for game weeks in a row. What do we make of this type of a player?
Yeah, so I mean, he started with the 10, and everyone lost their shit. I mean, he got over 1 million transfers in and double price throws, and immediately. But then he went 2, 2, 3, and basically did very little in all those games. Also, it was kind of like, wait, why do I have this guy again? Then he popped the 9 against Arsenal, so we felt okay. And then 1 million blanks in a row until he's eventually just dropped, and he's very, very far from being a pick by game week 10, 11. My real takeaway is like we both did amazingly well at the beginning of the season. We both absolutely fucking flew with our game week 1 teams. My peak rank was 222k in game week 6. You were 325k in game week 6. That's phenomenal. That's better than most people who probably had really good seasons this year. We were probably off to a better start than all of them. And that's with Reijnders for me and without Reijnders for you. And so I'm like, yeah, I mean, I feel like I read the tea leaves right. If I remember correctly, it was Rodri was the big thing, right? With like getting him, it was like, oh, Rodri's just still fucked and no idea when he's coming back. And it was just like, here's this guy they bought for a shitload of money, who was like player of the season last year and in his peak age, and I should just get him because he just scores goals. And at Wolves, really good fixture, and he banged 10, and it was kind of all worth it from there, even though he was so bad afterwards.
Yeah. I think it's just, we looked at like a 5-5 mid, the bar and the threshold is low. So anytime the game week 1, like performance looks that way, I think it's just so hard because he played in an attacking midfield role, kind of box to box. And it was Wolves game week 1 when he popped.
It's the double whammy of that.
So it's like, how do we evaluate this? And I don't know. I mean, I also in my notes was like, I was trying to evaluate Reuter because we both had Reuter, and I put whole pack. I was like, Reuter may be more of a problem ? And then I made a note. Bob looks even maybe a better pick than Reijnders. Plot twist. Neither of them were picks.
I remember us going nuts on Bob. I remember that vividly.
Bob gets bombed out of the squad and sold. Like, he can't play defense badly enough for Pep to just like, I can't look at you anymore.
Dodged too many points for Pep.
I still feel like I made a mistake by not jumping on him because the bandwagon could have taken off. Like, I also feel that way.
I think that's a really like reasonable way to look at things. I think he is very, very similar to past bandwagons that we've missed and then come on a post-mortem and be like, why didn't we just get Gundo? He started getting huge chances in the box and he scored 50 points in 6 game weeks and we should have just had him, and then he flamed out. And Reijnders could have done that, absolutely, like you said. Like, he could have just one more worldie goes in and one more assist, and it's like, holy shit, he's like best pick in the game for first 6. Still probably flames out because he's not very good at football. So I think it's right. And I also think it's a reminder that, like, we wildcard so early. I mean, in general, everyone wildcards between game week 3 and 6 every year. Like, pretty much everyone that we're in contact with or have any awareness of. And it's a good time to take a little, go for a little ride with a guy, right? I mean, it's like, it's not going to tank your season if he's just like 2-2-1-0, stop starting, you transfer him, he's out on your wildcard team. It's like, well, that didn't work. It's not like teams who started with fucking Arius, who was the other 5-5. It's not like they're like, season's over. I started with John Arias. I can't come back from this. John with an H. Yeah, I mean, remember him? He was like kind of highly owned. Like, he was like on pens, nailed. Nightmare. Transfer to Fluminense. It just doesn't really affect your season that much to have this like one pick. I think that, like, unfolding it a little more is like, well, maybe you would have been able to save a transfer and then make another double move to get someone else. That's always possible, and that's so hard to sort of like figure out team to team. But I think in the end, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a good spot to just take a punt. Is like you have this one attacker punt that you believe has minutes and you believe has a high upside. It's like, you're gonna wildcard soon anyway. I'm for it. I'm pro punt.
Yeah, especially at the beginning of the season. I think is like, I mean, my next note I made is that things go wrong every year early, no matter how good the game week 1 team looks and feels. Play the fixtures, gives you a better chance to start okay without doing badly, and have fires to put out. Emphasize fixtures. Yeah, I mean, 100%. That feels 100%. Fine. Just something that we always, I think, forget about, because you and I have a tendency to like want to create or craft this like perfect team. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, and then I'll do this in game week 7. And then this guy, I can switch to this guy here. And then like, it's going to be good for a while. It's like, it's never good for a while. Like after game week 1, like I don't own Reijnders. And I'm like, I want to kill myself. Like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, what did I do? Like,
my partner has Reijnders. He told me to get Reijnders.
Don't have him. Like, what am I doing here? Like, this is horrible. Everything's horrible. It's not going to be okay. But realistically, like, the bar for transfers should probably be a lot lower, like knowing that we're going to probably be wildcarding quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, I think that's totally right. And I mean, I think that we both have a negative tendency to try and sort of hedge our teams and be like, well, we have some of the guys with good fixtures, but we also have these guys that we can hold for 15 game weeks if things break the way we think they're going to go. And it's just like,
things don't break the way we want them to go.
Yeah, narrator, 3 of your guys aren't going to be starters by the end of August, and 2 of your guys are going to be injured, and 2 of them are going to be bad picks. That's just how it goes. The fucking transfer window isn't even closed by the time we start. Like, it's ridiculous to try and even make a team. So we just got to lean almost harder on, like, maybe just the first 3 fixtures or something, right? It's like, if there's a settled team versus 3 bad teams, it's like, lean on that, because that is like one of the only predictable things you can have at the start of a very like tumultuous season, especially after a fucking World Cup. Who knows what's going to be going on here? Less training, more fatigue, more injuries. Like, it's just more games.
Yeah, we're going to need to dust off like what the World Cup season of like how fucked it always is.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What do we need to remember? Because it's going to be another little nightmare.
When did insert 30 guys get back to England, and how much have they trained? And it's like, oh, and there's going to be 5 new managers, something like that. Like, in the top of like the top 10 teams. And then there's obviously promoted side. It's just like, holy shit.
Yep. Yeah, but the reindeer thing I think was like the most big. I mean, it's so long ago, it's hard to remember. Right?
It is hard to remember. Yeah.
But like it was panic stations for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do about reindeers after one game? And yeah.
It's funny, like in the end, I played him 4 times for 17 points.
Great.
That's
you had the game week 1. Like that was
the game week 1 is all of those points. But like that's sort of as good as you could hope for with like a random 5/5 mid that you've never seen play in your life.
Yeah,
and it's like
you shake on that.
You shake on that, and then you fuck him off because he's just not that good, right?
Yeah, you really...
And like again, like I keep bringing up fucking Arias, but I genuinely think he's the only other 5/5 that was owned. But it's like he probably got 7 points in the first 4 games or something, and you also just fuck him off, and it's just not that big a difference. Like that is just not. So I'm just pro punting on maybe one attacker spot or something like that in the early season, and maybe you'll get some rises, maybe you'll get one haul, and you'll reassess in the wild card. Yeah, I mean, I think reindeers, like my first like bullet point in my not very good notes for the season post-mortem is just like my fucking timing. And I know this game is all timing, but there's just so many guys this season, specifically my team, probably most people's team, where I'm just like, when I had KDH, I had him for 6 game weeks and he scored 8 points. When I had Foden, and for 10 game weeks, he 2.1 points per game. When I had O'Reilly, 12 times I had O'Reilly, 2.4 points per game. When I had Timber, both of us exactly the same, 14 times, 3.7 points per game. And like these were all incredible picks at different times. Like at different times, people who finished better than us just had monster runs with all of the players I just listed. And I just am like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's just so difficult to cherry pick it. Like, and these guys, you buy them because they've been doing good stuff. How long is that going to last? Like, it's like the timing of when you jump is like, these guys aren't going to finish with 30 returns. So it's like, if they just came off of having, 6 of them in 4 weeks, we're probably not going to get 6 more in the next 6. I mean, that's just not how football works.
Yeah.
So it is hard. Like, it's like, how long do you hold these stocks? Like, are these short-term stocks or long-term stocks?
Yeah, I think most of the examples I just gave, not O'Reilly, but like Foden, I got him just before all the hauls. And I just hindsight's 2020. You could look at the numbers and be like, should have held him. But like he was genuinely playing badly and not getting chances and all this stuff leading into what, the part of the season where other people got him, and he's just 15, 17, 12, 11, 4 double-digit hauls in a row. And that's, around right when I sold him.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we both also we went on and on about Foden specifically. Like we missed something with him that we should have, of anyone, been on him, because he had that long enough window of playing 90s where we know like when this typically, and he flamed out, and that didn't happen this year really, but like those 4 hauls, like, if we were able to accurately read the minutes better, we would have bought him probably a couple weeks before the first
which
haul.
I did.
Yeah. And
I bought him in 6.
Yeah. And, you were probably too early, because
I was like one of the first people on him, period. I don't remember exactly what happened, but there was like an injury or something. Maybe it was Palmer. Maybe it was the Palmer injury. Maybe. And I was just
he played Burnley.
I think it's Foden time, and I just went there. Yeah.
And then, it wasn't until game week 13 where he actually did a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're looking at a really long prolonged period where he's blanking. But yeah, I mean, it's just those are the luck pieces. Some guys you jump off, some guys you hold too long, some guys you thread the needle, just act just right. And I mean, now with how many players play the game and how how competitive it's become, over the years, getting harder and harder. You just have to be threading the needle like all the time to do, in air quotes, well, like to have like a really good season, like a top 10K or something insanely good like that. Or even at this point, top 100K. I mean, you need to be on and off these guys at like with plus minus 1 or 2 game weeks of the right, in air quotes, right time when you're Monday morning quarterbacking it like we do today in the post-mortem.
Yeah.
And, it's, we're going to miss more than we hit, because we're idiots. So,
yeah, I mean, the way the like note to myself, the past self speaking to my future self or current self was, I literally wrote in quotes, I finally sold the regression candidate right before he regressed. Right? Like I'm literally selling Foden after 90 blank, 90 blank, 90 blank, 90 blank, 89 blank, 90 blank, 86 blank. Like the gun is so fucking loaded at that point to explode. They've just been slow jerking,
it's
edging.
A 6-bullet chamber, and each bullet had a bullet. Each hole had a bullet in it, and then you killed yourself.
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
7th game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like unlike roulette, where you're not due just because you've lost 8 times in a row, there is a little bit of like due-ness of like, well, if he's playing 90, a player of his quality and the team he's in and the role he's in, it actually is building up and it will likely crescendo at some point.
It's a difficult, and I don't remember, like, I'm sure I was like, yeah, you have to sell Foden. What are you doing? You fucking idiot. He's so expensive and he's blanking every week forever. And also that's true, but also It's like he has previous and the manager's picking him still. So just wait. Like we have to, like the cost of the cost. If you believe in, like, look, I don't believe it. Like Thiago, I had a very tumultuous relationship with this year where like I was bigging him up a lot before game week 1.
Yeah.
Like you got him before I did, I think, or we got him a similar time. Like, I had him for a long
or something like that.
Yeah, you had him, you sold him. I got him. I had him for a long time. He was good. Like I really didn't love the team at any point this year when I'm watching them.
Yeah.
But it's like, I didn't really believe it. Like, I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, I'll get someone else. Like, fine.
Yeah.
But with Foden, it's like, if he's playing 90, he's going to fall into points. So if you make the decision to get him, the cost needs to be, I will sell him when he's dropped, because then Pep will do something different and he'll change his mind about something and he'll be bombed out again.
Yeah,
we know that always comes.
Yeah.
So it's like, we need to sort of maybe make a better, more intentional, before we get the guy with like, this is what is going to happen within likelihoods of like these few options. Like, this is what I'm going to do before we start watching and then get emotionally
which is
distracted.
Always my problem. Like I bought him because it felt like the minutes are secure and the role is secure. And I was right. And then I sold him because he blanked. I didn't sell him because the role changed.
You didn't even think about what the points would be.
No, I just fucking hated him by that point because he's a fucking dumb piece of shit.
But it's also ridiculous because you're buying him with that in mind, and then you're right, and then you're like, but wait, I was wrong because he's getting no points. Exactly. And it's like, well, both of those things are
same as KDH, same as a bunch of other guys that I got, same as fucking Bo Bichette. I'm in non-FPL in our Discord saying Bo Bichette is the biggest piece of shit. I hate him. He's the worst, and then he's on fire.
This is a Bo Bichette free.
Everyone's like, what are they talking about, boba?
Yeah.
What are they talking about? Bubble tea. You had Thiago 22 times for 4.9 points per play.
Phenomenal.
And I had Thiago 25 times for 4.4. Just so steady, so good. Should have had him for even more points. Should have had him for even longer. Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's, we probably would also do better for ourselves and each other to, like, when we're looking at transfers and making moves, to evaluate, like, when did I get this guy? How many weeks have I had him for? How's he been?
Yeah.
rather than like, cause I never do that. Like never like, it's never game week 13 and I hate someone and I want to kill them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute, when did I get this guy? Like I got this guy.
Why?
Why did I get him in game week 5 4 months ago? Because that was 6 international breaks ago. And look at it and be like, is everything still true? Like what's changed? Like what's really going on? You know,
exactly.
I mean, maybe we can make a better effort next year of asking each other those questions.
We need checks and balances. We need
that's a good check and balance. We've never instituted that.
That is good. I mean, I think just like a rule of thumb type of thing, if you wanted to apply it to your team, is just sell role changes or something, but don't sell blanks. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
That.
Do you know what I mean?
But I also but part of it is like, you do still want to sell high. Because if you're looking at like negative regression, like I'm like, when I sold Thiago, look, I got more points than you had at Thiago because I sold him and he was bad. He was the same, but he was bad points wise in the last handful of game weeks after I didn't have him. Like, and I would like, that was grit. So like, we need to pick and choose. It can't be that blanket.
Yeah. Okay, good one there.
So I wanted to go into I wildcarded in game week 4 during the international break, and that's when I pushed all my chips in on the 5 at the back DefCon ship.
Big time. So we're going DefCon here.
Big push into the DefCon chip. And, you know, I set my team up with like all the premiums, half of which were horrendous. And I want to talk less about that, but more about like just the DefCons this year, the center backs, and like where did we end up? Because I'm still pretty confused, honestly.
Honestly, I think I am too. I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's really confusing. Like it's like there's some obvious ones, right? Like there is E-Dot, and he had the most DefCons of all players in the season. So there's a reason he's on 180 points. He's obviously a very talented, good player, but he would not have been considered in previous seasons without DefCon. I think that is like very obvious and easy to say. I think there's guys like Senesi, who had 6 assists, which is insane, 11 cleans, which is fine, and he had 50 points from DefCons. I mean, someone like him is a game breaker.
Let's go because I think we need to have these 2 separate discussions and how it affected midfielders and how it affected defenders. Because with midfielders, it very specifically affected like two of them, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Where it made picks that were never picks, and I'm referring specifically to Rice and Anderson. I guess it's a little harsh on Rice because he was sort of a pick last year, a little bit, right?
Sort of, yeah.
Not really, but like it took us a good number of weeks to get our head wrapped around like which midfielders are consistently doing it, which was annoying because it's going to be next season. Like I'm sure they're going to keep this, or they'll probably make it worth more points or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But like it took us a lot of time to figure out like who were the DefConners. And then like the other one, like, you know, we had like Garner was like a weird one, right? Where like he finished on 159 points and like
it's ludicrous.
I mean, how do you like with Anderson, we can obviously acknowledge that he was just mispriced, right? Like he should have been 8.5. He finished as the 5th highest midfielder, but like, do we search for underpriced, mid-priced DefCon guys to be like, if they like, what I'm struggling with to articulate is like, what do we learn from the midfielders who DefCon? Like, are they just auto picks? Do we get them no matter what the price is? Like,
right.
Where do we go?
I think there's 2 things I want to say here. The first one is I really don't agree with the narrative that DefCons are good because it widened the pool of players to choose from. It made DMs who we would have never picked picks. I completely disagree. I think it shrank the pool because these guys became so overpowered, including some center backs, that there was no other defender even worth considering unless it was a center back who DefCon, basically. Unless it's O'Reilly and he's fucking crashing the box and scoring goals for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most illogical narrow, short-sighted way of thinking about it that you could possibly do, because essentially what happened is that he edged out the pool of wingers, right? Or like tricky little fucks that are underpriced, that are on these other teams that are like with like, players like at different point, like Kevin or something, like, or like, where it's like, you would be ridiculous to consider any 6 million mid or under when Anderson's just doing this in that price bracket.
Exactly.
So that it just doesn't make sense.
In Die, he's pens and an attacking winger. Joke. Can't pick him. Even like someone like Rogers, right? Like, who is good and got a lot of points, was extremely under-owned, I think, for most of the season, even though he finished on 170, because people are just like, why would I sell Elliot Anderson, who scores 4 points a game? It makes no sense. And it really punishes and disincentivizes transfers, because you just have these guys that what you're competing against aren't 2-pointers. You're competing against 4-pointers when you make a transfer. So it's really, really hard.
Especially because like part of the game that we do is like fixture runs, and like the fixture doesn't matter. It's like he just gets 4 points.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I wanted less talk about like whether or not we think it's fun or like it.
I just wanted to get that off my chest. Yeah.
No, and I hear you. I appreciate that, but like I'm getting carried away with it now. But like coming back to the actual FPL point, it's like,
I mean, I think
is there a price? Like there's a price threshold, right? Where we're like, this is not worth the price, even though we know he gets 4 points.
Yes. I think that there's a price threshold on both sides of it. I think if there is someone who's genuinely nailed and very cheap, like an Ampadu or something, he's just a good pick. Like, he's a bench pick. Should be on your bench, but he's a fucking phenomenal auto sub, right? Like, he'll just trickle in with 4-pointers, 3-pointers, whatever, occasionally more. That's one type of pick. The other pick is like the Andersons, the Rices, etc. And I think really what we learned all season, and maybe not learned because it's always a moving target in FPL, but I think they need something more than DefCon to be actually relevant still. And the way Anderson got it is he's extremely talented, he's extremely good, and he's on set pieces. And so he just trickled in with a few goals. He took a pen or two. He got a few assists, and he was the literal best DefCon player in the entire league at any position. So he's like the most extreme example of anyone. If you just sort midfielders by DefCons, most of these guys are completely irrelevant. And it goes Anderson, then it goes Garner, Ampadu, Andre, M. Fernandez, Joao Gomez, Scott, Bentinker, Casemiro, Florentino.
Didn't matter.
Barely matters at all. Never consider them over someone like, I don't know, whatever, insert a guy that was owned at some point. They were never considered really over these guys. And maybe we got it wrong. I'm willing to say, maybe we should have just had M. Fernandez on our bench, but I don't think so. I really don't think anyone should have had Florentino Luis on Burnley just because he fucking DefCons at an insane rate. It's just not quite enough. But I think finding, if there's like a 4-5 DM on a promoted side who just seems like, this guy's just an animal, he's just going to likely hit it all the time, he should be on our bench. I just straight up, he's better.
Like the bench up.
He's better than he's better than every 4-5 in the game by a lot. He's better than like a Josh King, right? That's like who we would have had, or Devaney or some shit. He's way better. We will be there. And then the other side of it is like, can we find someone who ticks normal FPL boxes? They get into attacking areas. They have some set pieces. They have some quality. Just remember when that mattered. And they DefCon. That's a pick. I just think that's straight up a pick. Yeah.
Okay, so going over to defenders. Yeah, I mean, we saw it obviously shoulder out really like fullbacks in a big way, right? Yeah, where just fullbacks were less owned. But I mean, where do we leave off? Because I mean, we're looking at like over 10 players got over 150 points, basically. I mean, what do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We have 12 players that got 150 points.
Yeah. And Timber would have. He missed.
Well, 115. Yeah, 149 and 148. I'm counting them as 150 just for the all intents and purposes of the argument.
Yeah.
I mean, where do we? Because I mean, to me, like the more interesting thing is how many defenders are we supposed to have in our team?
Right. And I think the other interesting thing is we, in the preseason, if I remember correctly, we're thinking promoted teams with nailed center backs. Hey, that's a real thing. They're probably going to be good on DefCons and they'll just farm 4-pointers. Not a thing. Like I'm not saying promoted teams like including Leeds and Sunderland because they were actually good. When I say promoted teams, I mean the 3 worst teams in the league. They were not picks at all. You're not picking Steve. I mean, Mavro had like a little run maybe, but you're not picking, Steve and these other shitters. Their DefCons were not enough to make bad picks good. But what it did do is elevate someone like Senesi and Lacroix and Tarko and even Jay Anderson on Fulham. It just made them like immovable objects. Like genuinely looking back, it's like I should have never gotten rid of Senesi. I should have just held these guys forever. You can't anticipate an 18-game unbeaten run from Bournemouth. I mean, that's absurd to be like, oh, we should have known. But there's never a good reason if they're like a mid-table-ish team or better, and they DefCon. The floor is just so ridiculously high in a way that we've never seen before that the pool is so small of defenders that might actually outscore those players.
Yeah, I mean, it's where I fell into the trap when I went with 5 at the back, I think is because I was trying to wedge these expensive picks. Because look, right, like you have about 10 defenders that got this many points, and there's more like 15 or 16 midfielders. Like, they're also not, there's a discrepancy in the price. So it's like, that's the ultimate differentiating factor is like, you're going to have people that get points in this area across the positions. It's like, what does it afford you if you get, if you hold someone, like Tarko or something, like you get the 5-5 guy who's going to get 150 points instead of the 9 million midfielder that's going to get 150 points. Like but it's like, and I jumped off the 5 at the back. I was playing 4 for a little while. Like, I just don't know if I was supposed, I got annoyed with Tarko and I hate him. So I was like, I'll sell him. And I did that at one point. I sold VVD at one point and I missed his 5 goals or something after they stopped keeping cleans. I guess it's are we supposed to just at minimum have 4 defenders? Or it should be a 4 or 5? Are we supposed to have rotating? Are we supposed to be rotating more? What's the takeaway? Because it's not just 3 at the back, 3-5-2, 3-5-3. This is how you, that's dumb. That doesn't make any sense.
I think the real answer is that yes, for the season that just passed, and TBD for the season to come.
Well, that's the answer.
No, but I mean that this was an insanely outlier low scoring season. It was also an insane outlier for set piece goals, right? So both of those things happening at once makes the attackers score less points and the defenders score more points. So maybe
I think when you have 10 teams in Europe, this is going to be this. It's
possible. Yeah.
I think that's the biggest reason. It's higher quality, more tiredness, more games, more whatever, right? I feel like this is translatable. I'm not I think the game's going to change dramatically. So we're going to have less guys DefConning, or they're going to be I don't know. I mean, I could be off on that, but
I just think the game changes all the time, no matter what. Metas change, rules change with regards to set pieces. We don't know how that's going to be reffed, and just whatever the fuck. Managers, a lot of new managers are coming in, so we'll see how that goes. But
we're still going to have center backs who DefCon.
Yes, for sure. And what I was going to say is I'm just sorting defenders by points per start. And if we make the threshold basically 4.2, because I think that would be 160, right? 4.2 is basically 160. So that's, these are the best defenders in the game. If you sort by that and I'm just looking at the DefCon column, the only guys who did not DefCon but were in this group are City and Arsenal players. I mean, it's basically O'Reilly, Reece James also, but he played out of position midfield, but it's basically O'Reilly, Timber, Kala, Gvard, Nunes, Saliba. That's basically the guys. Munoz, I mean, he's up there. He DefCons
he's
7
crazy,
times, but yeah. But like, I mean, it just paints a very clear picture that I don't think you're supposed to rotate these guys. I mean, rotate makes it sound to me like you're putting them in and out based on like fixture or whatever. But I do think it should be more of a like, Bournemouth are just playing really badly. I mean, they basically lost or drew. They did lose or draw every game between game week 10 and game week 20.
Yeah.
They're just playing badly. They look like conceding 3 every game. Just bench. Like, bench is enough. Because he's still probably averaged, like, I don't know, 3.5 points per game in the worst possible run in the season. Right? There's a few 4s, there's an 8, there's a 5, whatever in there. And then when they get out of it and they start playing well because we like the team, we like the manager, et cetera, now he's a cheat code again. Same as he was before the run.
The issue with that, though, is it stresses the rest of your team, because if you're not starting him every week, that implies that you have an attacker that you're happy to start in his stead. Right. Or like you'll have to distribute the money in a different way than like just putting it all on the pitch.
Maybe the answer is just fucking start him. Right? Like, it feels bad to start guys that you don't believe in, but it's just never that bad. I mean, you can't have a worse run than they had in that run. A worse run doesn't exist. And it just straight up was not that bad.
Well, like, okay, so like, look at my team. This is a me problem, but like, so I wildcarded with this bet and this intent in mind.
Yes.
These are the 5 defenders I chose.
Who'd you get? Yeah.
Van Dijk, Senesi, LaCroix, Parco, and Vandenberg.
So you missed one. Yeah, you went 4 for 5.
And that was after he was leading the league in DefCons after the first 3 games, and he just is red hair, so he fell apart. But like, and then I made all, then I'm just making, that's a separate thing. But like, then I'm ruining my team from this point forward.
Well, that's what we do. That's what we do.
But like, and of course, right, like Gab, I don't think something was going on with Gab at that time.
I think we just should have got him. We all should have got him. But I think
he didn't DefCon once, I think.
Well, he's not a great DefCon guy. I mean,
yeah, he had no DefCons the first. Well, he isn't, but he also did do plenty to hit it. Like, he did more in the second half of the season, but he wasn't like Senesi. Well, he didn't. No, but I mean, like, he didn't hit DefCon. He had 7, 3, and 7 in the first 3 game weeks. Then I wildcarded. Then all of a sudden it's 10, 8, 19, 12, 9, 9, 11.
Yeah.
So like, I missed that window, unfortunately. Yeah. Like the first 3 games were analogous to the games that were to ensue. So I didn't have him, but I mean, like, I hit 4 of the 5 guys, and like, I could have just sat there.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 3 of the top 5 scoring defenders, and LaCroix's right there. And like, I could have just sat there with that, and like, I didn't. And but
yeah, I mean,
why not start next year that way?
Hindsight's 2020. And I think if you had a better season, I think that all of those guys would have played 20 game weeks in your team. Legitimately 20. I mean, if I look at just like, I'm just clicking around like some other teams, like, the guy who won the fucking cup, Jack, right? Like, obviously his top 2 are Holland, Bruno, and then he had 25 games Araya, 21 games Anderson, 15 games Gab, 12 games Tarko. Like, he just held these fucking guys. 21 games for Anderson on Fulham.
Yeah, he realized quickly.
Anderson sucks. Fulham suck. And you just hold because he DefCon, so it's not that bad.
And you start him in the game, you're probably getting a better points per start than,
Dude, in game weeks 10 through 20, when again, Bournemouth could not have had a worse run. Senesi average, let me see here. Like 3-1 or something like 3-1 points per start or something like that. It's obviously good, bad, but we're talking about defender.
A 4-5 defender.
4 or 5 guy who's averaging 120 points in their worst run of the season. 3-1 over 38 game weeks is 120 points. It's fucking fine. Because they're not going to just lose and draw every game for the rest of the season. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we are supposed to start with like 4, maybe 5 DefCon guys. I mean, it's going to be a strain on the attackers a little, but there's also not many premiums that fucking matter. So you start with Holland, and you start with 5 nailed DefCon center backs. I mean, I feel like you're off to a pretty fucking good start there.
Could be.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just something I feel like I still don't quite know how to make sense of it, because it feels like it was still under represented or like under discussed or under analyzed or something. I don't know. Like, just like the defenders in the game and how it's changed, like the 11 starters in your team kind of like outlook and what it should do moving forward. It's also difficult to, we don't even have the rules for the game next year. I mean, I'm sure they're going to introduce, fucking more set piece manager chips and shit that we don't even know about right now. Or add more points for fucking, I don't know, falling down and play acting or something. But I don't know. Okay.
The simplest way, and it is oversimplifying it, but I think it represents it well. I mean, Sinesti had 50 points from DefCon, clean 50. Anderson in 4th place at 40 points from DefCons.
Yeah.
And 40 points is 8 midfielder goals.
Yeah.
He just got 8 midfielder goals from showing up.
For just playing.
He just shows up and plays mediocre center back football for a mediocre team, and he gets 8 midfielder goals.
Yeah.
I'd kill everyone in the world for 8 midfielder goals from a midfielder. But the DefCons just feel bad. I don't know.
I mean, it's just, it's a slower burn. Like you're just getting it at such a slow little drip intake that it's like, you don't get spiked hauls and, but it does just add up.
But who the fuck gets spiked hauls from defenders anyway? That's the thing, right? It's like, who's spiking hauls other than O'Reilly? He is the exception, obviously. Well, yeah, I mean, Gahey kind of,
scoring every day.
Yeah, that was a fucked up mess. But like, other than really O'Reilly, who for like a 10-game week run was like, oh my god, this attacking midfielder is being listed at left back for some reason. There aren't really they're random spike hauls, right? There's random set piece goals and random 15 pointers from whatever guys, but it's not like you're transferring in. Van de Ven has 4 good fixtures. It's time to bring him in. Anderson has 5 good fixtures. Time to bring him in. You just. But
it's that. But it's also, I'm saying, more in relation to attackers who you chase, like to have more than 3 defenders in your team. I'm saying is like, those extra 2 flex spots, like, because you like you have to start 3 defenders. You have to start 2 midfielders. You have to start 1 forward. Like those are the mandatory positions, right? Yeah. You can't have a legal formation without having at minimum that many of those picks. So the other few spots are flex, right?
Yeah.
You've got, you have 6 spots plus goalkeeper that you can't have any agency over. And then you can choose, 4 additional guys, and they can be any kind of combination of forward, midfielder, and defender. And like, I think there just should be more. I think we should be playing more defenders. Like, I just feel like that is
and holding more defenders
and holding them. Yeah,
I mean, listen
them more,
to this.
Starting them more, holding them longer, all of the above.
So I have this thing open. It's number of transfers by position, right? So I made 2 keeper transfers, 16 defender transfers, 16 midfielder transfers, and only 6 forward transfers. You made 3.
Only 3? I thought I would have had like 5.
You made 3? Well, you clicked many keeper buttons, but only 3 confirmed transfers. 19 defender transfers, 19 midfielder transfers, 3 forward. So you used 22 on attack.
Transfers on forward all year?
You used 22 on attack and 22 on defense. And I used 18 on defense and 22 on attack. I'm pulling up random teams that are good. And Praz, the most chalky Praz of all, right? 1 keeper transfer, 8 defender transfers, so 9 on defense, 21 midfielder transfers and 11 forward transfers. So he went 9 on defense and 32 on attack. And then Jack, who wins the fucking cup, so you know he's good. He finished 253rd. 0 goalkeeper transfers, like a fucking genius.
Rookie. That's a rookie number.
Genius, shoot the moon, legend. 11 defender transfers, and then 18 and 10 on midfield and forward. So 28 on attack and 11 on defense. Our ratios are completely fucked. Like, what were we doing?
Well, because I was
defenders will we transfer?
Well, I was playing the game backwards. Like, I was basically playing it inverted because I was starting one forward so long.
Yeah.
For so much time. It's hard to make forward transfers when 2 of your forwards are literally 4.4 million out of the league. Like, there's nowhere to go. I can't transfer Sheriff out for another 4 or 5 forwards.
You wish you could.
There's no one there. So, like, you know.
Oh, God.
I cannot believe that I made 3 forward transfers all year. That is actually insane.
Isn't that nuts?
That's nuts.
Your wildcard team is so funny. Valdemarson, King, Racksacking on the league, Sheriff not in the league. Let's fucking go.
I was playing chess.
You actually kind of were.
And I was searching for which backup keeper is going to price drop the most. And I executed that strategy perfectly with Valdemarson.
There we go. God, yeah, 3 forward transfers on the fucking year for Team Walsh.
Yeah.
God, our rate. We gotta check our ratios. We need better ratios. We need at least 3 to 1 attacking moves.
I made the same number of goalkeeper transfers as I did forward transfers.
Yeah, that's the 2 most important positions in the game.
Management. Oh, that's hilarious, man.
Speaking of forward, I mean, one of my notes is just, you know, we capped Palmer in game week 33 and we capped Gyok in game week 37. Like, in hindsight, what the fuck? Well, you know, actually, what the fuck? So Chelsea, before we cap Palmer, Chelsea are on a 5-game losing streak. They lose 5-2 away PSG, 1-0 home Newcastle, 3-0 home PSG, 3-0 away Everton. And then we're like, yeah, give me some of that. Captain Palmer, easy. And then Arsenal, 1 goal per game for eternity. I mean, they scored, this is going backwards from game week 38. So 2 versus Palace in the joke game, 1 versus Burnley when we captained him, 1 versus West Ham, 1 versus Atleti, 3 versus Fulham. I don't know what happened that game, but there's a clear outlier here. 1 versus Atleti, 1 versus City, 0 versus Sporting, 1 versus Bournemouth, 1 versus Sporting, 1 versus Southampton, 0 versus City.
That sounds like a team we should have 3 attackers on.
That's Captain Gyok.
We're stupid. Like, I don't know what more you want me to. How many?
We just need to pay a little more attention to
games, to what's happening.
Yeah, less attention to our dreams. All we see is Gyok home Bournemouth. Oh my God, this could be the game he scores 5 goals in 1 game. Meanwhile, Arsenal and Arteta, we will score a maximum of 1 goal. There is no chance of us scoring more than 1. That's all we ever do. And we captain him. And same with, you know, Chelsea. I mean, joke. Couldn't have been in worse form. Losing every game. Vibes are bad. Fuck are we doing? So that was just one thing I had to get off my chest.
All right, let's consider it off.
It's off. Yeah, it's off.
I had a game week 7 note in here.
Ooh,
where, like, I feel like I was at the time. Let me check back really quick.
Yeah, I gotta try and remember. I love that, like, mine are all recent and yours are all at the beginning of the season so far. It's good.
Well, I was trying to do it a little bit as the years. I was like, game week 7. I came off of game week 6 at 325K, which was the highest rank I had been all year, all season.
Both of us, I think, that was our highest ranks.
Okay, yeah, game week 6. So that was
because we triple capped Holland and we both fucking flew. Yeah, in 6.
Okay, so I also had 4 free transfers after game week 6. It gets worse. and and this is where I had a horrendous game week 7, 10 million game week rank. I think almost the worst of my season, and I just plummeted. There was no coming back from this, and I made I said game week 7, huge call. Bruno, Queeve, Vandenberg out for Saka, Rodon, and Marmarashvili.
Oh.
I guess I floated a free. I said with 4 frees, and then immediately I just had some big time coping here where I wrote Semenyo hauled fucking tits with 2G1A game, home Fulham for a 18-pointer. Team played bad, individual brilliance on goal one with a meg of Leno on the shot. Byline pass to Castagna. He went down the byline. Castagna thought he went out of bounds. Side pass in his own half for a Clive Worldy. What an assist. Dumpster time counter-attack goal when the game was gone off a corner kick by Fulham. What does this mean? I want to kill myself. The team was dysfunctional and didn't create shit the whole game.
You didn't own Semenyo once all season.
All year. I wrote on 216, this note written on 216, not own Semenyo all year. That was the note. Not own Semenyo all year.
202 points, 17 goals, 6 assists.
This note written on 2/16, February 16th.
Fuck
little Valentine's
me.
Day note for myself.
Yeah.
It just, it was just I think I just wanted to get like Saka in, and I was like, let me trade a good pick for someone who I thought was going to be a better pick, and it was just categorical disaster.
Slow down though, because Saka was actually good when you got him.
But
so
not
put that to side.
Bruno.
I mean, Saka went 8, 7, 3, 3, 12, 4, 5, 6, 4, 11, 3, 7, 6. He had a really, really good, nice run there. So don't throw it all away because, Bruno, they probably got around the same points until game week 15 when Bruno got 18. But Rodon, Mama, not getting Semenyo, these were other issues. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I think I just got an itchy finger and I was like, oh, this is how I'm going to continue to rise. Is like where I should have just like sat back and been like, this is a stupid thing. Like trading Bruno for Saka is like trading, one nice pair of socks for another nice pair of socks. Or like you're happy with your socks.
Yeah.
Semenyo though, it does dovetail into this. Like, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened.
Him this year. Like,
we are grudge holding nightmare boomer fucks. That's really what's going on here. Yeah.
He overperformed. Like, he had, to me, reminiscent when I was trying to think, like, what happened? Son. Like, that's what I kept thinking of. Like, this
really
is like Son. This is like
really
Son.
Good.
Like, he
really
doesn't
good.
have, but when they still had Kane, it's like he has nothing in his locker.
No avenues.
And he has no avenues in his locker, and he just fucking scores points. Like, and it's just a good pick. And he was obviously underpriced. He obviously took a step forward. Like, he obviously changed teams. Like, you were on him really early, like talking about, I was really down on him all year. I was the most wrong about Semenyo as anyone I've ever been wrong about in the history of my life playing this game. Yeah. But like, you were really hot reading the breakout early. Like, it was like the first month of the season when he was obviously scoring every game. So it's like was on our minds, but you were a lot more convinced. And like, when did you get him?
I got him game week 5.
Yeah. So, you
and
got
then
him, but you saw
I got rid of him in game week 11.
Yeah.
Well,
and
I got rid of him at like the best time. And then the transfer window happened.
Yeah.
And then he moved to City and started exploding.
Yeah, which was a difficult thing to forecast. But
yeah, we've basically, since we've been playing, I can't think of a single time that's ever happened where a really good pick on another Premier League team moves to a better Premier League team. And like, how do we wrap our heads around that? What does that mean for the player? And it kind of, at the time, I think we were kind of like, his minutes aren't secure. They have a lot of guys. He's going to rotate in and out, blah, 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 blah. And then he just basically played 90 all season and was the best midfielder pick besides Bruno all season.
Yeah. So, I think it's kind of similar to like the Reijnders one where it's like brace game week 1, clearly hot, like assist game week 2, blank game week 3, goal and an assist game week 4, blank game week 5 with bonus points somehow, and a 0-0.
That must have made us really happy.
And then he's a goal game week 6, 2 goal assists game week 7, 18 point for the Fulham game I just described.
Yep.
It's like, how stupid do you have to be to not have this player all year? He's 7 fucking million. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, just get the guy. He's scoring all these points. Like, just get
the
him.
answer is very stupid. I mean, it's. I think Son is a great comp because I mean sometimes you just have to say, okay, I surrender to the overperformance and the form and everything. And listen, if it's a Foden and he flares out after 6 weeks or whatever,
you get rid of him.
Transfer him. But if he stays hot, you finish 700K.
Yeah,
because he got 200 points.
If we like ruled ourselves by first principle of like do things to prevent yourself from tanking your own FPL season, we would be doing better. Like,
I mean, in a way,
I don't even consider that though.
Yeah, in a way though, I think that is what FPL kind of is, and we just don't really play FPL. Like we play a different game with our own rules, and then we expect FPL to bend in our favor, and it's just like, no, that's not how you play this game.
We're so bad, dude. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, I think if someone wanted to describe FPL to me as a game where you're just trying to make the least amount of big mistakes, I could accept that definition. Yeah, I mean, genuinely, like you follow EO, you just play to not get completely fucked by some highly owned player, you jump on the bandwagons, like you'll have a fine season.
Yeah.
You can't get fucked. You can't have 200 points go against you. You can't not have the captain, like all those basic rules, but we just play a different fucking game.
We're just too sick to do that. But yeah, I mean, it is like a portfolio, right? Where it's like you want to limit your exposure to risk, and if you do that successfully for 38 game weeks, then you are awarded a good rank, essentially. Like that is a natural consequence.
100%.
Yeah, we're just too dumb. Like we're trying to outsmart the very game we're playing.
This is the thing I was wrestling with when I was on my walk today. I was thinking the purpose of us playing FPL is to have fun.
Yeah.
The goal of playing FPL is to play well.
Oh no.
But what is fun, and what does it mean to have fun while playing a game? And what is playing well, and specifically what does playing well in FPL mean? We obviously aren't playing well in FPL. I mean, there's nothing you could possibly come up with to be like, they're playing well, but getting bad results. We're nightmares. No. We're jokes. Absolutely. Are we having fun? I would say. Also, no.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm having fun right now, but over the course of the last 8 months, I did not have that much fun. That's what we need to work on.
Yeah. There are still, though, those moments, though, just like very fleeting and brief, however they are, where it's like, oh, fuck yeah. Like,
100%. 100%.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Where are we going here?
Well, I mean, I just like on that note of like sort of like EO and not playing to not make huge mistakes, playing to not get fucked and whatever is like, yeah, I just struggle with like the models and EO. Like there used to be more of a sense of it's us, me and you, versus a collection of other humans that are also prone to the same biases and mistakes as all humans are prone to. And we could do well. We could just nail it. We could just do better than them. And now it's like we're just playing against hedge funds. And we're just not going to make more money than a hedge fund. There's no world in which I just have my money and go to the stock market and I'm like, I want to make a trade. And these hedge fund fucks are like miles ahead of me. I can't even comprehend what they're up to. And there's just no way we'll ever beat them. So
I agree. And
knowing
try
this,
again next year.
Knowing that, what do we do? Right? Again, because the goal is to have fun. The purpose is to have fun. The goal is to play well. I don't know if that goal is attainable if we don't,
Well, then to me, the natural conclusion is to adjust the goal.
So what should the goal be?
I don't know.
To get fucked. We're good at that. If we just set our expectations and our goals low, we'll just hit them.
We just fuck ourselves. That's why we play FPL, is to actually fuck our own assholes.
Exactly. And we're fucking good at it. God damn it. We are goddamn good at it. But that's like kind of where we're at. And I don't know. I'll listen back to this in 3 months and we'll talk about it. But it's,
I mean, the real dilemma, I think, that strikes, and it's like the more years that we tack on with this is like, once we hit like game week 30, 31, we're totally done playing. Like, we're totally disinterested.
Yeah.
Like,
that's one of my topics is burning out. Yeah.
Once the double game weeks and the chips and
uninterested.
The pathway is forced upon you, we're just like, that's why we Captain Palmer.
Yes,
like, we're like, this is true. How we can feel.
Gyok.
Like,
and
like, I don't know. Like, I just like, and it also is like, we have a bad rank every year because we're bad at the game. So we combine like the badness with the disinterest. And then it's like, we kind of just in a mundane way, like beg for more lifestyle questions.
How did I finish 20K, by the way, 3 seasons ago?
I don't know.
I don't know what happened that year. I know, but I don't know what happened. Like what? I have the back-to-back worst seasons of my life, and 3 seasons ago I finished 20K. Like most people would kill for 20K.
Oh my God.
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't even know what I did that year.
We got to go listen to that post-mortem for
I guess so. Fucking hell. Yeah, it's just gonna be like, got this right, locked into this, held this guy for 35 game weeks. Is like, that's always the fucking answer.
Yeah.
But
and I have a note here too for festive period in caps. Need 2 bench options. Need
put that on a post-it and put it on your monitor because we need that. Game week 1,
every single December.
We need to remind ourselves, through until the festive period starts.
2 bench options during the festive period, no matter what.
100%.
Okay.
How many Autosubs do you think you had?
Oh my God, I don't even want to know.
You actually
probably like
did well.
15.
You had 17.
That's a ton. That's half the game weeks.
I know, but you got 50 points. 2.94 per. That's pretty good.
I mean, you're still blanking. I mean, you're averaging a blank with that.
Averaging basically 3 points per Autosub. Like that's a DefCon center back, right? Like that's a DefCon center back who doesn't keep it clean.
I mean, I'm less interested in the points I'm getting. I'm more interested in the quantity of times it's happening. Like,
how many Autosubs did I have? 23.
Oh my God, dude! Did you diddle like?
Who did I do? No, I did no diddling. No wanking. I don't even have a dick to wank on. 23 Autosubs for 36 points.
That's pretty bad.
36 points.
That's a point and a half.
Yes, it is.
I mean, your Autosub is coming off that real life bench.
Yes, actually, that's what that means. My Autosub is a real life Autosub. I mean, King and Devenny, what other scumbags that I have? I don't know. I mean,
I think I had some game weeks though where I got like 9 or out. Remember that? Like, because I didn't have a bench.
Yeah.
Because I had those 2, 4, 5 forwards. Don't even count in this, I think. Yeah, so that'll adjust. The average will be dragged down.
And we say this every post-mortem, like, need an 8th attacker, need a bench guy.
Next year, it's going to be different.
We're penny pinching on these fucking, let's get 4-2 Devenny because he started 1 goddamn game to let us, so we can afford whatever shitty midfielder we're getting anyway.
Some bad pun. Let's completely destroy with a nuclear bomb our bench so we can get a bad punt in our team.
Yes.
It's like,
I mean, my leaders on my bench, guys I benched the most amount of times, is King by far, who obviously is a joke of a pick, like a nightmare. I was just saying before, like, you want a 4-5 who DefCons. How about a 4-5 who never does anything? And then, there's a bunch of like Goodmunson, Alderete, Richards, like that's fine. Like all of these guys are basically fine. But he's the big one. And then your most benched guy, other than keeper, was I mean, your bench guys in order are Valdemarson, Sheriff, and Raksaki. In order. That's 26 times, 14 times, and 13 times. That's 53 0-pointers on your bench.
I hate bench points. I hate. You know this about me.
And then your next 2 tied for 11 are King and Devenny.
Let's go. God, I feel so bad when I get points on my bench. I did this on purpose. I was like, I want to have players that aren't in England,
no dilemma,
on my bench.
No anything. Yeah.
I don't want to feel any. I'm already stupid enough. Like, I don't need to feel even stupider that the players on my pitch are getting 2 and the guys on my bench are getting 8.
I know.
So I took that out of there and I got players who were not in the division anymore. And I will do it again, God damn it. But during the festive period, we need 2 bench options.
Yeah, 2. Minimum 2. Nailed. Yeah. Nailed. Not
2
fucking
nailed.
random.
Yeah. No.
Because when I look at, again, cup winner, who did he bench other than the keepers? It's Rodon number 1. It's Anderson on Fulham number 2. That is exactly how you're supposed to play the game. You're supposed to have nailed, DefConning center backs on your fucking bench. Because
or
guess
in
what?
Your starting lineup.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want them in your lineup, but like when you need to bench someone, you bench those guys because they're coming in, they're getting between 3 and 10 every week. They never go below that, and you know they'll never go over that, but that's fine, you know, and that's just fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more like the Ampadu shout but I think we just need to have more willingness to like drop 5 mil on that spot or two midfielders that are
which I really need to fucking goddamn do.
And just play with a 99 budget and just like I don't know. All right.
So is there anything you want to say about burning out? Because I just had some. I mean, my notes for the post-mortem just read like a fucking suicide manifesto. I'm about to go on a school shooting. Like I have like all caps. What am I doing? That was one of my notes.
That's helpful.
It's really helpful.
Really helpful note.
And then my next note is, it feels like I'm somehow the most anti-template team of all time. There's so many guys I love too. I'm reading verbatim. I have no VVD, great pick. No Sarr, great pick. No Mateta, great pick. No Bruno, great pick. No Bumo, great pick. No Semenyo, no Palace defense, no Cucurella. Where am I? How did I end up here? What is wrong with me? So many things is the answer.
Yeah, too many things to fit in one 3-hour podcast to say is the answer to that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it's more of an inevitability where it's like, you know, it's not just us either. Like everyone is sort of like, whatever, the season's figured out.
Yeah.
People are already sort of at their rank parameter by this time. And your autonomy is largely withdrawn because there are these double game weeks and you have this finite number of transfers. So you know, it's so suboptimal to swerve the things where you have such a more difficult time arguing that. Like, the hardest time to argue that is pre-game week 1, which is when we're the most excited.
Most excited by far.
It's a crash course to that inevitability once the first game week kicks off.
Yep.
So like we just diminish with that diminishment or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Like I think it's okay. And I think that it's okay that we turn into more of a quasi football lifestyle pod than an FPL pod from game week 30 on. And if people like it, then they'll stay listening. And if they don't, they'll delete their subscriptions and never listen again, I guess. But I think that's okay.
I think the hardest thing for me to remember during the course of a season, and then it comes up every post-mortem, is this guy won the fucking cup. He finished better than either of us have ever remotely come close to finishing. His average game week rank is 2.5 million.
Yeah.
2.5 million is his average. He had 8 million game week rank weeks.
Yeah. That's what it takes.
Yeah. Like he was 1.9 million at some point. Like that just fucking happens. That is the nature of a game where you can't own every player. That is just gonna happen. Those are the only weeks I probably did well because I'm the fucking idiot who's making him have a bad rank. Yeah.
Is to overreact when it happens.
Must overreact.
Fire everyone. Change
Take a
everything.
million hits. Yep.
Kill everybody.
Give up on your strategy that you spent weeks coming up with.
Yeah.
I think part of it also for me, I'm curious what you think about this because you're on Discord more than me, but I used to absolutely love having a game on TV while being on Slack/Discord on my laptop. And no matter now, if I'm on TV, live fucking TV, or YouTube TV, or streaming, or whatever, I'm behind, and I'm spoiled. And kind of kills it for me. And I feel like I've lost a bit of enjoyment of just actually watching the matches, which is like the foundation of why we play.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't have that as much because I don't mind being spoiled a few seconds in advance of the goal. Like when I have two screens on, like I have such low investment in like the outcomes of the games anyway.
Yeah.
Like your team is competing for a title every year. So you're like, I want Liverpool to win. And you like, I don't give a fuck where Palace finish. Like we win the league against the team that barely knows how to play football the other day. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's like great. Like, I don't fucking know, like whatever. Like we beat all these shitty teams in this competition they literally made up a couple of years ago. Like, but like, I just like chatting shit. Like I just like chatting, fucking making fun of players.
That's the most fun thing.
Making fun of other people on Discord, making fun of myself. Like
I need to embrace that again.
To me. Like,
I need to just like get back in there. I think that's like a key to me enjoying it more, honestly, and burning out less.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm getting in there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like the slate as we knew them in air quotes is slowly dying.
My God,
slow
the
death.
Schedule is dead. Yeah,
the scheduling is just the schedule is getting so much more protracted and it's so much less condensed, and that is less fun. It's true. So fun when there's 5+ games on at the same time, and that happens maybe like once a month. I feel like now, like the most games we get. Yeah, like the most games we get usually now are like 3 at a time.
And if we go Monday, a month and a half without an international break, it's like, wow, awesome. You know, now it feels like a fucking shock at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that was pre-World Cup. So this, but yeah, next year, I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah.
Yeah. I had another note here. Ladro for the good fixture run. We swerve.
Yep.
When he buried us.
I have a note about that too.
All right.
And I think I appropriately ranted about this. I don't know if it was a Friday Night Life or a normal episode about what I'm calling the evolving nailedness of Ladro, because my whole thing was he's not nailed. Everything we've seen leading up to the good run is he's not nailed. They have all these games. They have Champions League. They have 2 days off. Whatever the fuck the situation was, I don't exactly remember. And I was right. And he was literally benched in the first game of the run and came off the bench and got a goal and assist.
Yeah,
and then I didn't change it in my brain at that point, right? Like I had already like put my anchor down on the he's not nailed, and then it was hammered even fucking deeper by the fact that he's not starting. Hey, guess what? He's not even starting. And then he comes on and saves them, and they win the game. And what I wish I had done at that point, being like, he's in too good a form, and he's literally too good to drop. And Delap is a piece of shit. He's one of the worst players in the league. And when players are winning and playing well, managers fucking pick them.
Yeah, I mean, I think in hindsight, it wasn't necessarily that he wasn't nailed. I think it was more of like he's being protected. Like he's so obviously in our like best player, you know, that he was just being protected, and he was probably dealing with a minor something because it was a big fixture pile up at time of the season. This is around the game.
I'm trying to pull it up while you're talking.
Yeah. I mean, they had 24. Game week 24 was the game. They had a really good run there. They had Brenham, Palace, Western 24, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, home, 26-27, back to back.
Yeah.
You know, he went off 8, 12, 10, 8, 10, 7, like 2-19 against Villa. With a hat trick and an assist.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think he's also a little bit like Son-ish, where he's just like, it's hard too when they have no avenues. And like, how many players have no avenues and just put up like 25 returns? The answer is more than 0. Like every year there are a couple players like that, and it's okay to be that player. Like we 100%. Can have them in our FPL team, even though they don't like, even though there are all these other reasons that we're like historically conditioned to like not get him. Like it's okay that he's not on pens, because he scores goals in open play and he fucking falls down when he gets touched. So he gets 3 points for the pen anyway.
Yep.
So yeah.
So in a way that's an avenue. Yeah. I mean, I always have that thing of, right, like trying to not buy guys who are not part of the winning team and just expecting them to come back in, because that old school sort of English cliche of like, don't change a winning team, right? So you rewind a little bit, right, to game week 17. That's sort of like when he started scoring, and it's a Newcastle game. He gets 6, he gets 8. He started both games in a row. benched, doesn't play against Bournemouth. Starts against City, blanks. Benched, doesn't play against Fulham. Starts against Brentford, goal. Starts against Palace, goal, assist. Then is the game where he's benched, right? So this is a major pileup where they had Napoli in between.
Yeah.
And it was just like, he's just not, I remember saying, like, he's just not going to start all these games. There's no player that would, that it's too much of a congestion. He didn't start. He came on, saved the game, saved the team, goal and assist in 45 minutes. They win the game. That's when we really needed to change. I don't think it's reasonable to say, well, we should have got him before that when he was getting dropped every other game. But that is really like the turning point of being like, they literally can't win without him. Like, it became that clear. It's like they cannot win a game if this guy's not on the pitch scoring and assisting. And they rode him. They eventually, went into the aforementioned bad run when we captained Palmer and they lost every game. But for that little stretch of time, he was so irresistible. He was playing so well. They were winning games. It was like, we're fucking dumb. Just should have got him. Game week 25 should have been at Wolves home Leeds, home Burnley. Just get him in at all costs. It doesn't fucking matter that we missed the other points. But we're stubborn.
That could have been my 4th forward transfer of the season.
And you would have been many places higher. Yeah. The evolving nailedness of Ladro. Yeah. What about bench boost game week 1? You were all over that at the end of last season. And then you didn't do it this week. You bench boosted in game week 2. I don't know. I don't know. You're not going to want to remember exactly how that went.
All right, we don't have to go over it.
You bench boosted in. You ready for this?
All right, what do we got?
You bench boosted in Dubravka 6. Beautiful. Right. Rodon 2. Fine. All right. Reuter 0. Palmer 0.
Oh, that was the Palmer injury week, right?
Surprise. Reuter no minutes. Palmer no minutes. Fucking railing you. Absolutely railing you.
Okay.
Horrible.
I mean, we don't bench boost for 4 players like here in this parish.
But I'm back to being like, why don't we bench boost in game week 1? I still actually don't have a reason. Like, nothing has changed from last season to this season where I'm like, that's bad now. At the end of last season, post-mortem, whenever it was, we were both like, this is nailed. This is obvious. Just get it out of the way. When you wildcard, you'll shed the extra money that you spent, but just do it. Neither of us do it. Don't know why. I genuinely don't remember why. And I just wanted to bring it up again because I think we should consider it again.
Let me see my game week 1 team.
When did I bench boost? Let me see. I bench boosted in game week 12, and it actually went really well, but pure luck. I mean, I got Pen, and an Areola assist. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I would have gotten 8 points. Well, I probably wouldn't have started with True Fair. But,
well, I mean, he was nailed.
Yeah, but just they played Liverpool game week 1. So if I was bench boosting, I probably would have had someone else.
You would have. Yeah.
I don't know. I literally have no memory. I'm searching in the depths of the recesses of my small brain. I don't know. I don't remember. I think we should do it. I think we should be bench boosting game week 1. I don't know what happened, and I lost sight of that completely. And I'm glad you brought it up. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
as I talked about ad nauseum and at length for
last
post-mortem. So let's follow through with that this year.
Let's
do
it. Yeah, let's fucking do it. We have to do it.
I have an April 15th note here. So that's about a month and a half ago. Liverpool dumpstered out of Fuckle to Paris without scoring a goal. Reports out from Orngod that FSG intend to stick with Slot. Don't forget how bad they have looked. Full avoid game week 1 if he's there still.
Right.
That's on for me, for sure. If they still have that ball
is there
guy,
still
no shot.
Is
on
that
having a
still the rumor? I haven't been following.
Still has his job.
Well, I know he still literally has the job, but is it still all the voices coming out saying they're keeping him and blah blah blah? Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't forget.
I mean, Liverpool had a nightmare year. I don't think it'll be easy to forget, even if we wanted to forget. I mean, they were so bad. It was such a miserable season as a fan. Yeah, it'll take a lot of rebuilding for us to trust really any of their players, except maybe Verge. I mean, I wonder what Verge is going to cost. I mean, right? He's going to be like 35. How many cleans did we keep? 10 cleans. So he's really the only viable pick as of today, like as of the end of the season. Him, some people will be talked into Sobo. I mean, he might also get a price rise, which would really dent him. But if he's on pens, other than that, yeah, it's brutal, dude. I mean, it's brutal. I mean, you can't even name an 11 now of like who might be playing next year. I mean, Ekatike is out until Christmas, at least. Isak, I don't even know if he's a real player or exists in the world. Obviously, Mo and Robbo are gone. Other guys will probably be gone. Allison, Jomez. So I don't have much to say other than like, I mean, they're a complete rebuild disaster.
I mean, it's less to me the play. It's, again, back to the note is on the manager. I don't care who the players are. Like it literally doesn't matter to me. I just have absolutely zero faith that, like, based on what their prices are going to be, that he's going to be getting that out of them. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that, obviously. I mean, if anyone's listened all season, I've never been as extreme as you on that. I mean, if you just look at, like, pull any numbers you want. So let's just say the defense, because we're talking about Van Dijk, right? I mean, half the season they had Allison, Konate, and Van Dijk, and they conceded 29 goals, if I'm adding this up right. And the other half of the season, they had a different combo of keeper and center back, and they conceded 49 goals. Injuries matter. I mean, they didn't have Isak, Ekatike, and Mo for large stretches. And guess what? They scored no goals. And if you take out the best three forwards in any team in literally world football, they also will not score goals. So, I mean, injuries do matter and personnel do matter, but yeah, the vibes are an all-time low. And I have no idea what they're going to do price-wise. I mean, they're actually the hardest team in the league, probably to price. If you think about Isak, Ekatike, Sobo maybe on pens, Virgil after scoring 6 goals, and then, who else is even on the team? We don't know. But where do you even, like, what's the baseline for Isak, right? Like, he started at 8-5 in 24-25. He scored 23 goals.
Yeah. It's got to be 9-5, I'd say.
Yeah.
The difference.
I guess so. I guess that makes sense. And that might be like a joke of a price either direction, right? Like that might be way too low because he's, the next most likely guy besides Haaland to score 20 plus. And it might also be way too high if the team's a disaster and he can't stay fit.
Yeah.
I don't have much to add with Liverpool. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping Iraola gets announced. That's what I have to add.
I mean, I was saying they're talking about him maybe up to Palace. I was like, what?
I saw that. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I mean, it's hard for, I think, the one thing, like when I was thinking more about it, because like to me, I think of like, the table placements more or less over the last like 10 years since Bournemouth's consolidated themselves as a Premier League club as we have, is like they just kind of shuffle back and forth up and down with each other more or less.
Yeah.
But like the resources are not similar. Like they play in this little tiny shithole and
they make no money.
The amount of money they spend. And so like from that standpoint, like it is a step up, so I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to sell it that like it might happen.
I mean, that would, I guess, be the reason. And maybe Bournemouth have like some really strict, we won't ever pay a manager above this number because we make this much. Who knows? But it just doesn't seem like it'd be enough. I mean, like
career. Yeah.
Like if money is the reason, then like he should go to Tottenham or Liverpool or Saudi Arabia, or you know what I mean, or like there's other more rich teams than Palace that would hire him in a heartbeat. Newcastle, like all these teams would pay more than Palace, right? So
Edward runs Newcastle, so they wouldn't do that.
And it's not available, emphatically not available. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like there's a lot of teams that make a lot of money in the league.
It's a weird one.
It's a really weird one. We'll see how that shakes out.
All right, I have another one I got is how to deal with new rule changes. Presume they are cracked? ?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good assumption. Assman into DefCon.
Yeah, like we were sitting game week 1 trying to figure out like how is this DefCon thing going to affect the game. And like I think we're sort of like I'm still picking 5 left backs.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I know that we did that. It's like it's a new thing.
I know you did that, but I think I went some guy. Like I had Senesi.
You hybrid it.
Yeah, like I had Senesi and Keane, like I hybrid, but then I also had fullbacks, yeah.
Yeah. But like I mean if we just went into it presuming like this is fucked up and it's a matter of time before we realize it, let's just go into the world presuming that this is fucked up and we should be exploiting this as a mistake, because one thing that we do know they have a very consistent track record is the people that make this game are fucking stupid. Like you think we're stupid. The people who make this game,
no,
stupid.
That is, I mean, I absolutely love this point and I think you're spot on. I mean, I play video games. I play competitive video games. Like when there's a balance change, it is usually that case.
It's imbalanced.
It's unbalanced.
Before the humans that are bigger than the testers.
The humans play it. Hundreds of thousands or millions of people play it. And they're like, oh, this deck is OP. This champion's OP. Whatever it is. And then there's a hot fix. That's almost always what happens. Well, guess what game doesn't have a hot fix?
Well, yeah.
Fantasy Premier League.
It's also that is like because they're, I mean, this is not down to their stupidity. If they actually are calculating this and it's intentional, it's brilliant. But they are incentivized to crack the game every year.
That's true.
Because people are high off of scrolling on their phones and seeing flashing images and seeing numbers 100%, go up. 100%. So, like, every time they've introduced something new, it's been bad, obviously, but usually overpowered. Like, the only thing that is coming to mind in my brain that, in recent memory, that was the most underpowered thing ever was the all-out attack chip, which was hilarious.
I mean, that was also 10 years ago. Like, I don't even know when that was.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was so remarkably bad and stupid that I remember it. And I can't even remember who won the World Series last year. Yeah. And that was I don't even... So it's like...
It was the fucking Dodgers.
It was the Dodgers. But, it's like...
Yeah, I mean, bonus changes maybe are kind of insignificant. It does seem like they kind of tinker with them every year, and it's just like in the end, it's like, why is there a bonus? It's just the guys who get the goals and assists get the bonus.
You know what game graciously has no bonus points?
Tell me more.
Good game.
The good game.
Fantasy World Cup.
Made by the same people as Champions League.
You ready for this one? You're going to ask this. You ready? This is actually going to put a smile to your face.
I'm scared.
No, it's good. New rule in Fantasy World Cup.
Go on.
If you have a player, I'm doing it from memory. I'm not sure if I'm going to hit the numbers completely accurately. If you have a player in your team that scores over 4 points and is under 5% owned, you get 2 extra points. That player gets 2 extra points.
Oh my God.
How about that one?
I've pre-cum right now on my dick. I mean, that is...
How good is that?
The mad scientist rule. It's fucking amazing.
It's so good. I read it like 3 times. I was like, oh my God, like we can actually pick our friends and like sort of try and...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You mean I get to own someone from Curacao when I go to Curacao, Cote d'Ivoire? That's so good.
How good is that? Like they just make changes to make
you want to talk about widening the pool?
There we go.
Widen the pool.
It's wider.
Make bad picks less bad. Great. Yeah. Instead of just making less, like worse picks OP, which is what FPL does. But yeah, no, I think rule of thumb wise, great. They add some point thing. They add some, keepers score too few points. We're fucking all-inning on some big keeper who's going to hit that threshold, whatever the threshold is or whatever. Yeah. That's a good one.
This is maybe bad timing.
Assman, I mean, is the most recent example. And people forget about Assman. I mean, people were getting fucking...
We got a shit ton of points.
50 points?
Yeah.
A ton of points. Ridiculous. Any chip that lasts more than 1 week is just... Jesus, they're so bad. Okay, go on.
This is bad timing, but I did want to have a conversation about pen take nerf bonus system points because
did it matter?
Came up. It did matter. It mattered, I think, more than we.
Yeah, because I can't really detect that it mattered. I'm not going to lie.
The detection for me was just like more than one. Like, I mean, many times, like my guy gets a pen and does nothing else and gets no bonus points. I was like, this is unusual. Like, this isn't a feeling I'm used to. Like, that happened a lot.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, like, I mean, maybe it'll require more like looking at of like how many times it, because for this to really matter, your pen taker has to score a pen and not get another return. Because if you score a pen and get another return, then they're getting bonus points, period. And probably 3. But like, because the pen goal is basically viewed as like an assist.
Yeah.
I mean, we're leaving, their points are being left on the table for sure. Like that's
yeah, I didn't realize how much it impacted. I mean, this is how checked out I was all season. But I mean, Thiago has the same number of bonus points as Ekatike.
Yeah, all right.
You know, like Thiago scored what did he end up on? 22 goals, but a bunch of them are pens. He must have just had a ton of 1 pen games with nothing else and no bones.
Well, this is something that we've obviously complained about the bonus point system forever. And, it happens with SAR, like Thiago's a good example of that, but like and they did make some tweaks to try and adjust for this, just didn't work. But like the more active players are in actually trying to score a goal and not trying to set up a goal, they just get tanked in bonus points. Yeah. Like they're just getting tanked and it's ridiculous. But I just, my thinking about it is just
That's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know what to do about it.
But that's, like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, should this tweak the slidey scale bar in our head about how we evaluate pen takers a little bit more than it in the past? Because we're used to penalty goals being worth, between 6 or 7 points for a striker and 7 or 8 points for a midfielder, basically, right? You're getting +2 or +3 on top of the goal you score if you take
all the time. There were strikers who's just 1 goal, 9-pointer.
Yeah, pen goal, 9 points all the time. And like, if you're losing, because I'm trying to think of like also like in die or something, right? Like if you're like we're evaluating these players of like, well, they're on pen, so that's a huge. Look, I don't think I owned a die all year, but
same.
They don't win that many pens. You're not even getting bonus points for pens. Who fucking cares? Like, throw it out. It should be a really small piece of information that we're evaluating. The player has to be really good in open play. Yeah. Like versus before where it's like, well, they're on pen, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. And I don't know. Yeah, I think that's good. Something...
Yeah, no, I haven't really like noticed that as the season went by, but I mean, it did kind of like take a bunch of guys who are maybe on the bubble of being FPL relevant, like maybe like a Gordon, Mateta, Jim, LaFay, like all these guys are kind of like, they're on pens, and Die is a good one. Even though I don't know if they won like 2 pens all year, but it's just made them like kind of just not matter. It's like, occasionally they get +4 points or +5 points, but they don't get +7 points. And that's when it really felt overpowered, right? I mean, the
fact adds up so much.
Yeah, it adds up so much. I mean, the fact that, total points, Thiago's 181 behind Bowen, and he scored 22 fucking goals is actually nuts. Like, usually that would be like maybe 18 more bonus or enough to at least make him a 200-point player. I mean, when's the last time someone scored 22 goals and didn't hit 200 points? And that seems, it seems extremely rare if it's ever happened before. I'm not even sure. And the only times he got max bones were like brace against Everton, hat trick against Everton, brace against Sunderland.
He misses
against
so many
Newcastle.
The amount of chances he misses are just off the charts. But so
that's
he had so many. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of it. But he's he had so many 1-goal games where it was just a pen and he just got no bonus. Like, you left, like, for him, right? If it was him last year, I'm sure there's some Twitter graphic out there that, someone, the disciple of Ben Crellin, already created. But like, how many points would he have gotten last year
with last year's
with
bonus?
The same games with last year's bonus? Like, he probably would have like 30 more points or something. Something
totally.
like that.
Yeah. I mean, DCL also, I mean, it's hard to parse. It sucks on the FPL page that it just says goals scored and it doesn't tell you when it's a pen or not a pen. But I mean, he is a very active player who does lots of good hold up stuff, right? It's always the finishing with him. It's always has been the finishing with him. To see him have this many just 1-goal games and it's a 6 or 7 pointer, I mean, it's probably pretty rare for someone like DCL. Like in the past where he's probably getting a ton of bonus points for a forward, he was just kind of mediocre, even though he had a great year, I
mean, it's also like this year was definitely the least amount of points forwards have ever scored in the game.
Like, I mean, the goals are down to like 2010 levels of goals, just but I mean, they have like, wide.
I mean, they got 5 players over 150 in the forward section. Like,
that is so few.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't lend itself to like, unless things change.
And Ollie didn't even start playing until game week 14.
30 or something. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. The forwards. Yeah. It's a different. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting forwards. I mean, I have some other, but a lot of these are just like, I'm happy to push it to next season. I'm happy to not think about it. I feel really good with what we talked about. Are there other things that you really want to get to?
I have a few. I could just rapid fire them because I want to just put them out there for people to sit with.
Yeah.
MGW, huge step forward. And he's someone
so good.
He's someone that, especially once Vitor was there for more than a few games, and he got I imagine will be underpriced and should be probably very, very high on of all the players in the game to find out the price next year that I'm interested in, he's the first player on the list. I think that we need to,
good player,
because we've had him in our lives for a while, and he has never really taken 2 steps firmly forward to be like, I'm an FPL pick, and it went under the radar. I think because people lost interest as we've been touching. It was towards the end of the season.
Forest were irrelevant because they were safe, but can't do anything.
He's ready for. I imagine him doing a Semenyo type.
It's a he is the perfect example of that Kaylee preseason pod kind of guy where it's hard to notice on a per game basis that he took 0.5 more shots per 90.
Yeah.
But over the course of the season, that fucking adds up big time.
Yeah.
That's just a lot more chances of scoring goals, and he turned them into goals. He finished,
and
really
I mean,
well.
it's a tough one because he did finish with 188 points, which is a ton, and it feels like he had a hat trick against Burnley.
I feel like no one ever owned him.
No one ever owned him. Yeah, very, very rare did anyone ever own him, and he was an underpriced, one of the best. And I mean, he might get to a really big jump next year. We'll have to see. But I mean, I would imagine it probably would be an 8-5 situation. But just wanted to throw him out there. I also was just making the note that we have Chelsea and Newcastle out of Europe. Not to forget that one.
Huge.
And then Deserves, I think also with them out of Europe. I think those 3 teams are probably going to be very heavily, probably 2-ish picks per team are going to be in there.
I mean, that was a Voltaire thing, sort of cut you off, but that was, I think it was Voltaire. I can't find it at the moment, but I mean, Man United played the least amount of games literally possible, because they got knocked out of both cups in the first round and weren't in Europe, and they had their best season in a decade, and that is probably relevant.
Not a coincidence.
And now Bournemouth, Brighton, and Sunderland are all in Europe, who don't make a lot of money, and Brighton have a big squad, but Bournemouth and Sunderland certainly do not have a big squad. As you're talking positively about those teams, and I'm just thinking negatively about Bournemouth new manager and in Europe, Sunderland in Europe after miracle season. I mean, that's going to be tough. Those teams are going to have a tough time.
Yeah. And then last one for me, obviously, predictably, you can guess where this is going to go, to the most important position behind the sticks goalkeeping, between the sticks goalkeeping. An old friend of the pod.
Go on.
Young Carl of Rushworth, allegedly, is coming up with Coventry.
Oh my God, I didn't even know.
I think they need to sign him. I am not sure if it was a loan, but he was their goalie all year. And 46 if he remains to be their goalie next year, I think we might have our 4-5 keeper figured out.
Locked in.
Carl
Rushworth. I love that. Carl, get the fuck in. Yeah, I mean, I have some other like questions, dibble dabbles. We could maybe rapid fire a couple of these, but I love that. I mean, Boltaire said, which players are on your current must own game week 1 next season? So besides Carl, I mean, my answer was just Holland. But I don't know if it's more for you.
No. I mean, it's obviously Carl. It starts there. But yeah, Holland is... It just doesn't make sense not to start with Holland. He always starts the season well.
On fire.
And, they're going to have a different bald person in charge.
He's not going to go up in price. I mean, it's just like... I mean, we're more predisposed to play with more defenders. So having expensive players should be easier, theoretically. But yeah, Holland is really like the only guy, I think, for me too. Yeah. Interesting one from Bomber here. He said one for Post-mortem. Heard it when you guys were discussing Bruno's returns. This was obviously a while ago, but he said, should we look more into teams who never play at home the same weekend? For example, Newcastle and Sunderland. I think, Liverpool, Everton would be similar. If you rotated between Bruno G and Mukiele, home games only, you would have gotten a shitload of points. Kind of interesting. I never thought about it in those terms.
Well, that's how home away rotations typically work. Like a team is partnered up with another team. Like we just haven't done that for so many years. Like,
exactly.
It's just been so long. But I mean, it's something really with like defenders. I think we've usually looked at more closely. I mean, it seems smart to me. Yeah. I mean, it's good. If you want to play with more of like a 15 player squad kind of thing, you can, especially like goalkeeper, right? That was one we would always look at, like who are the home rotations with goalkeeper. And it was like, those are the teams.
Some of these blah blah blah. Poor start to the season. Ollie. The last one here from D Naylor. I like this idea. He said, have you ever considered how good your OR could be if Alon managed the first 10 weeks, Discord collectively managed the middle, and Walsh and his balls managed the last 10 weeks? It would crush everyone. I mean,
that is everyone's sweet spot.
Is that not, like, should we not have, like, a relay race team where we're just passing the baton, pass the login? I set us up. We're like 200K.
The algorithm takes over for 10 weeks.
I give it up. Yep. And then you come in. Big braining at the end of the season.
At the end of the season. Yeah.
I think it's worth it for science.
That's good.
Yeah. That's basically all I got, though, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Quick one for us. Hour 50. And then time to pivot.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Pivot to World Cup. Sadly, no time for a Harry Potter or anything like that. I mean, we just have to go straight into World Cup. We can't do anything.
Yeah. No days off. We'll do World Cup, and we'll be right back into FPL preseason. I guess that's our normal.
That's our normal shit.
All right.
Dude. Good job by you. Check us out at fmlfield.com. Follow us on Twitter at fmlfield. Subscribe to patreon.com/fml. Subscribe, rate, review. Cheers.